going to be dedicated towards conversations around teachers. Now, my first question this morning, since it's World Teachers Day, I'm sure everybody knows what it is about, the day dedicated for teachers, blah, 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 highlighting their struggles, highlighting how important they are to us as a group, as a society, blah, 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 blah. You get the drift, right? Good. But you see, the peculiarity about Nigerian teachers that we would like to address this morning, we will not have the entire time. I doubt if we can make a dent to this conversation because it's one that's been ongoing for years now. My question is this: why do some teachers promote examination malpractice? Growing up, it was almost unheard of, at least from where I was sat as a primary school student. It was almost unheard of to hear that a teacher was involved one way or the other in an examination malpractice, whether he was asking people to drop 1,000 naira before they entered the WAEC hall or 5,000 naira to come and give them stuff during a jam. But, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria officially knows and quote unquote appreciates those teachers who have decided to walk on the line of mediocrity, something abhorred totally in previous years, particularly by men such as Amanayabo Daminabo, abhorred. They would come, they would give you chukuli, angel, machine. Your jam scores will probably reflect how good those chukuli and those machineries were. But now, why particularly fast? How Nigerian teachers promotes examination maps?
Opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo and Nigeriainfo. Let's talk.
And now, hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0003, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 08090306416. 0306416. We have Muriel on the line speaking to us from Okrika. Good morning to you, Muriel, and welcome.
Hi, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Jude, there are
that's what we don't understand. Why, Muriel? Why do you think some of these teachers are doing these things? Why, Muriel? Why do you think some of these teachers are doing these things? Why?
Because of financial gain. Just me, dude. The financial gain, they don't add up at all. It doesn't add up. That they will never do it. And they don't even want to see it. When they put their name for supervision, they don't even want to see it. When they talk of doing it themselves, and then the decisions will be made. Your students will win the whole, and they will drive past you because you molested again in school as a teacher, and you don't know how to do examination. But then know that this teacher being as a teacher is wrong. I will not respect you. When they see on the road and nothing, you will see your students. There was a teacher of the teacher who wanted to heaven.
Maybe essential gains what's led to some of the teachers in this country, in River State. Says the death of Damrabo to me means that a whole library is very emotional. Daily answer my question. How's the teacher? Hello, returns. morning, at the moment rather, but mostly cloudy skies expected today. Like I said earlier on, the weather gurus, the meteorologists have told us in between blocks. That now, like I said, Teachers' Day was a few days ago. I think on the 6th of October. Yes, yeah, the last year, so people were very busy, either staying indoors or fighting amongst themselves and creating a nuisance of the entire process. But anyway, conversation for another day. Well, whilst that was on, conversations globally, were being held about teachers and all the, blah, 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 here in Nigeria, right? Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji Saturday stressed the resolve of his administration to stamp out examination malpractice to maintain the integrity of the educational sector in the state. Yes. Now, this was as the governor was presenting about 47.8 million naira as gifts to teachers who emerged best in the various categories during the Teachers' Day celebrations in Ado Ekiti, the state capital. Laudable venture, you might want to say. But whilst that's going on, or that whilst that went on in Ekiti State, the conversation we're having, it's all about those teachers, some of them who are still listening to us right now, who have, one way or the other, either promoted or actively participated in examination malpractice. My question is, why good teachers?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
Well, Joseph's on the line from Element. Joseph, good morning to you, please.
Yes, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
I want to report an issue, Mr. Jude. There is fire incident in Element. You should know that it's an eyewitness of security.
All right, thank you very much. It would have been preferable if you send us a message. Please, if you have any such reports to make, quickly send us a message. Can't verify that report right now. Send us if you're around that area, you need to share us, please. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416, or preferably you can send a message to the news team desk, which is 0808-721-7215, 0808-721-7215. All right. Now we're going back to our conversation, talking about teachers, and my question is this: very simple. Why do some teachers here in Port Harcourt, here in Nigeria Delta, here in Nigeria, why do some teachers actively participate in examination malpractice? Why? Why do they promote it? What exactly is the motivation, or what are the motivations? If you are a teacher by chance, or maybe you have experience with this, I would like for you to, shed some light. Yeah, because I'm stumped, really. WhatsApp now. All right, WhatsApp 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, let's read some of these messages as they come through. Some of them have been coming through throughout the break. All right. Good morning, Jude. Someone says, my condolences. Please, who's the writer of the song? Are you talking about writer or the singer of the song? The song we played earlier. That's Charlie Puth, right? It was the soundtrack of Fast and Furious. I think that was 7 or so. Yeah. All right. Without You, my friend. All right. Zion is in GRE. Zion, good morning to you, please.
Good morning to you, Mr. Jude.
Good morning, please.
There's the act of greed, and the individuals that want to live their means that is against the poor and against the state. And most teachers, particular who do such acts, most of them are teaching there. They fail in concluding their impact on children. And only thing they can cover up their mess is go into such act to call examination malpractice. Sir, a lot of the people we have as teachers in our school today ought not to be teachers. But they saw this teaching job as something that was readily available for them. For do now, teaching job. Take this man, a teacher is calling. They didn't know, God called me, I'm a pastor. It is so God called you.
Really?
As a teacher, yes. That is why a teacher is among the fivefold ministry or blessings or prophecies God gave to us as mankind. Fivefold gifts. Teacher is one of them. If you don't know how to teach, you cannot teach. A teacher is one that impacts on you. When I wanted to go for my marriage classes some years back, they told me I'm going to spend a period. I said, okay, no problem. And decided to teach me how to go marry. I said, this is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. I need a teacher who can impact on me the essence of marriage, impartation. That is what teacher does. So if you cannot impact on your students, you are a failure. That is why I see most of them carry long cane to the classroom. They are already frustrated. That is why they are with the game.
You see, but isn't that cane? I remember back in one time, isn't that cane? They used to call it Dr. Do Good now, so that we'll correct our errors. They used to help us correct our...
No, sir, it doesn't. You only pressure the children. We call it undue influence in law. Undue influence. They have no choice. They don't want to be flogged. But, sir, look at those teachers that come to the classroom with only their marker or their chalk on their shoulder. What do they do? Look at those students they impact. We still remember their names. Names like Fakidoma. Names like Asele. Do you know that teachers will give title, they have nickname, and you cannot forget their names? Because they impact on you. The ones that carry Dr. Do Good, my brother, you've forgotten them. Go and check.
I did forget to.
The ones you know too well. Except you have one that can impact. Please don't go into the teaching environment. Because we have unprepared people teaching our children today. See the kind of society we are raising. Until we go back to TTC, that is where we sieve them. This one is good enough. Recently, my state, by essence, they did an employment about 2,000 teachers. Guess what? Only 7 came out as mathematics teacher. Out of 2,000.
Only 7
as mapping. Tears roll off my eyes.
Only 7
mathematics.
Zion, I'm taking these reports from you with a pinch of salt, because we have to go and ask questions. 7 out of 2,000.
Now go and check the archives. See, until you can impact on these children, Mr. Parents, the school you are taking your children to, have you sat down under that teacher to see if you can impact on your children? Or just pack money, go give one school, this school is good. My brother, we have a lot to do, Mr. Zion.
Wow. That hit me like a bullet. Livinus Njoku from HA says, I think some teachers aid and abet exam malpractice for 2 reasons. 1, the security of their lives. Some parents and students threaten the uncompromising teachers, thereby subjecting them to allow it. 2, economic reason. Some teachers find examining the period as a time to make extra money for themselves. Livinus may just have a big point here, right? Talking about parents and some students threatening the teachers. I have heard in the past of students who would gang up and then waylay a teacher who they felt was too strict, too wicked. They let us see road. Livinus may just be onto something here. Maybe that's why. Jonathan on WhatsApp. I get to Facebook and X very shortly. Jonathan on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is once again 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Good morning. Well, most of those teachers never wanted to be part of examination malpractice, but they are forced to by the schools they work for. The schools force the teachers to be involved in examination malpractice. Well. More revelations coming up this morning Daniel from Oyibo says, good morning, please. On a lighter note, it's a dent. But on a more serious note, the notion that was passed to us as a student is that as a science student, it's very rare to see students read and pass WAEC. Like, how do you do the titration without your teacher giving you the average titer beforehand? And since the teacher has given the student an average titer, the student will have in mind that there will be help, which is inattestable. Daniel, that's totally different. See, the titration, they can give you the titers and the figures, but just before the examination, because those are there's a variance, it can be changed. The question is, were you taught properly to do the balancing equation, to do the process? Were you taught? Let's go to Facebook now. At Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH. Now, certified Ola said it is due to self-gain and not just teachers. With what I've seen here in River State during the last WAEC, the principal arranged experts to solve questions and shared to the students. Most teachers employed are not good enough in the respective field assigned to them. This is a very indicting statement. Let me read it again. The principal arranged experts to solve questions and shared to the students. So, first and foremost, right, the principal allegedly is involved in examination malpractice. That's number one. Number two, the principal apparently does not trust the people he has under his employ. And so, he goes to hire an expert. If that's not indicting enough, I really don't know what is. I really don't know what is. It's bad enough that, you are aiding and abetting a crime. But you now go out, you now outsource the crime itself. You don't trust your own teachers in your own school. You now get somebody to solve the problems. No. This is it's a very, very huge indictment. Alan is on the line. Alan is speaking to us from Mile 4. Alan, good morning to you. Oh, dear. Alan, apologies. Drop call scenario. Please, if you can, do return the call. John Wagugu says, due to a great extent, teachers nowadays are involved in exam malpractice because of the harsh economic conditions occasioned by the high level of corruption institutioned by the political leaders and their cohorts. Jude, teachers are owed salaries for months. How will they survive? Jude, there is a leadership failure in Nigeria. It is affecting the behavior of most Nigerians. We must get the leadership at all levels right. John Wagugu. We'll talk about leaders later on by 11 o'clock, John. You may want to stick around, right? You really should consider that. Now, Jude, Happy New Week. My thought on this is this. Some teachers do not want their rewards no more again in heaven, as the popular cliche had. Secondly, teaching profession is one of those to come through jobs in Nigeria. Now, what I mean is teaching job is the most common, or one of the most common to get in the society where there are no jobs. You'd see individuals who do not have any idea come into the sector and turn things around. Chukulu, Egunje, will this thing continue? To thrive in this, to thrive is harder in the sector when it is corrupt. Chiagoze said, to thrive is actually more difficult when the sector is corrupt. Interesting. Okoroma Godwin says, good morning, Judy. Teachers involved in exam malpractice is because of systemic failure. A culture is a way of life for the people. WAEC knows how criminalizing the process is. If WAEC and the education ministry know what is going on in the system, why do principals hustle for schools that have high population? Why do the people on the board of schools receive money for posting principals? Why is the payment to teachers very low? It is a systemic problem. If we want to change it, change the system. change the system. Back to the phone lines. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Okay, all right, let's get this call. Okay, once again, a drop call scenario. Good morning, Jude. Harry from Ozoba. So most teachers do malpractice against their will. Really? Against their will? Now, the educational system has failed to meet the needs of the course syllabus for external examinations. The teachers employed are usually not qualified to impact on the children appropriately. And thirdly, the parents want their wards to be successful in exams, even when they fail to do their bit in educating the children, thus putting pressure on school administrator and administrations, which ends on the table of the teachers to do magic. All right. Okay. All right. Pedagogy. I know the word. What, did I miss it? Okay, so you see an individual who doesn't have an idea of the pedagogy. Okay, all right. I missed that word. Thank you, Chiagozi. The word pedagogy, right? It means a way, a mode of teaching. It's used in the academic circle. Spelled Pedagogy, 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 the method and practice of teaching. All right, thank you very much, Chiagozi. All right, let's get to Facebook and X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us, on those platforms. All right, we're talking about the World Teachers Day, was over the weekend, but we are looking at Nigeria right now, and I'm asking the question, why, all right, are some teachers, involved in examination malpractice? Why do they promote it year in, year out? I mean, year in, year out. The first time I got to see this on a wide scale was when I wrote, was that my second or my third jam? It was somewhere in MOA, right? That's where I went to write my jam. That's where, those days, you just fill your jam form. When they come, they tell you, they've sent you to this place to go and write jam. So we went to MOA to write jam. Now, in the middle of the exam, right, I'd say about 45, 50 minutes to the exam, the invigilator comes in and says, please, if you know you have paid, I'm paraphrasing, if you know you have paid for support, those who are yet to support you can come to the window. They cannot enter inside the hall. They can give you what you want from the window, please. And please be quiet. That's what an invigilator said. I was shocked to my bones. Nobody came to help Jude. My father was at work. My mother was in the store. Who was coming to help me? But there were a lot of people. And I mean a lot. There were a lot of people. In fact, whilst we're in the examination hall, some of those boys, right? Some of them, we used to assume, and maybe they were, that they were from the various universities around, whether it was University of Port Harcourt, whether it was Futo or wherever. They used to just go around jam centers those days, and they'll write, they'll scribble answers. Jam those days, A, B, physics, A, B, C, D, English, C, D, F, and they give you and say, all right, go and fill it and go and pass. What I still do not get is this, just in case you were wondering. For many people who, quote unquote, paid for those services, I kid you not, I don't think majority of them were high scorers. That's the honest truth. I don't think majority of them, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, it's very possible that those boys those days will just come and just, maybe they'll get somebody to probably solve one or two of the answers, or maybe like 10 or 20, and then they just start doing tumbo, just put A, B, C there, and they sell to you. And those days, people were buying those answers for 500 naira. 500. And there was an invigilator there. There were teachers in that school. In fact, some teachers were looking for their friends' children and say, have you finished? Come on, take this one. Teachers. Anywho, back to you. 0809-030-6416. That's WhatsApp and Telegram. 0809-030-6416. All right? 0809-030-6416. Now, I just read from Harry. This one says that the answer to your question is the love of money. That's the root of all evil. It is not poverty or bad government. It is the love of money. Let's get here. The love of money. Someone just sent me a message. It's the love of money. All right. Jude, good morning. One of the reasons why some teachers are involved in this examination malpractice is because there's no punitive measure. How many students have reported their teachers? How many teachers have been fined or even brought to the public? The same way they carry Yahoo boys, they should start carrying teachers. Let's be honest, Jude. We will not solve any problem by just talking, but we'll solve this problem by just doing. People do not respect teachers any longer, and so teachers don't view any value for their profession. They see it as a means to make money. When it's exam period, Jude, trust me, some teachers make as much as 1 million. 1 million naira. Wait, hold up, people. Hold up. Now, I'm not saying 1 million naira is too big an amount to pay a teacher. No, that's not what I'm saying. And by teacher, I think if we're honest, we can also include those men and women who are lecturers, who are quote-unquote teachers, in our universities, right? They're meant to impart knowledge and wisdom and blah, blah, blah. But wait a minute. During exam, during SSC and JAM, some teachers make up to 1 million from Egunje selling. Well, revelations do come. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning, please. Apologies there. Drop call scenario. Okay, somebody sent me a video. It's about element. We'll pass this on to the news team. All right. For those teachers, this one says, for those teachers who are usually forced or threatened by the students or the lecturers, students or the parents, what do you want them to do? Report to the police? It's not the same police that will collect bribe to go and prosecute a case. So it's a lose-lose for a lot of teachers. It's a lose-lose for a lot of teachers. Some of you who are listening to us right now, you got into university because somebody gave you the answers to questions. Retrospectively, I don't think there's anything we can do about that, but I don't know. Have you improved yourselves since then? Have you? Have you done anything to make sure that doesn't repeat itself? And for those of you who are parents of teenagers right now, people who are in SS1, SS2, JSS1, JSS3, are you preparing yourself to cheat for them, to buy the answers for them? And those of them who are in university, are you prepared to sort for them? I don't know. It can't be just one sector should be blamed here. Alarichi on Facebook, final message here says, the most annoying thing about this cheating and teachers is that most of teachers can't solve their own subjects. In WAEC or NECO, without copy from the textbooks, during WAEC, they hire teachers from higher institutions to solve common O-level mathematics. What a crying shame, Alarichi says. The allegations have been levied this morning. Well, thank you. At least now we know. The question is, what do you do